as terminating courses. So this skill part was, can say, badly missing from our mainstream traditional courses. And that's why we find that many skills are missing from the graduate students when they go for any interview. So this particular aspect of skill education will be discussed in detail for another 2 hours in our today's lecture. So this skill component includes, can say, 64 arts, which includes dancing, music, etc. At the same time, artisan skills like carpentry and smithy, plus soft skills, plus another skills required for particular jobs. So 4-5 aspects of these things are now included or addressed properly in National Education Policy 2020. So that's why you'll find that the soft skills are also required, and without soft skill, an engineering graduate or science graduate or commerce graduate is not employable. And that's why these components that I have told you, that arts, music and other things, soft skills, then carpentry like things, and communication skills and so on, these skills are included in that. So we must understand, I wish to show you one video which will tell you about basic nature of Indian economy in the past. You will find that many articles were very popular, and they are basically, like I was mentioning about artisanship. So these articles from textile or from iron, from other parts, other objects, were very popular in other parts of country, and because of that our economy was, can say, at much higher level, like 30%, much prior to like 1000 AD. And when Britishers arrived in India and took over the entire nation under their reign, we will find that our contribution to the global economy has dropped. It is mainly because the nature of education has changed, and the importance of artisans have been looked down, as I was telling you the story of 1971 and then later on 2013 of vocational courses. So now we'll look at one video which will tell you what was the status of economy. It is mainly because of, can say, manufacturing industry and importance of artisans in India. Please start the video. ठीक आहे, स्लाइड दुसरी स्लाइड आणा, दुसरी स्लाइड आणा, दुसरी.
जनशिक्षण संस्थान
नाही, दुसरा व्हिडिओ, स्लाइड नंबर 2,
कम पढ़े लोगों के लिए
प्राध्यापक.
व्यावसायिक प्रशिक्षण देने का
एक
कार्य शुरू है.
मिनिट.
बाड़ी बस्ती इस जगह 20 लोग तैयार होते हैं तो वहां ट्रेनिंग शुरू की जाती है. पूरे जिले में अब तक 40,000 महिलाओं का प्रमाण 98% है. स्वयं रोजगार बढ़ाने हेतु उपजीविका केंद्र द्वारा स्वयं सहायता समूह बनाए जाते हैं. हमने अभी तक 10 स्वयं सहायता समूह बनाए हैं. उनके माध्यम से साड़ी पेटीकोट, गणवेश, कापड़ी, जूट बैग, फ्रिज कवर, बेबी किट तैयार की. मुख्यमंत्री रोजगार निर्मिती योजना, पंतप्रधान रोजगार निर्मिती योजना, पंतप्रधान मुद्रा लोन, इस स्कीम के अंदर बेनिफिशरीज को लोन मिलता है. बैंक व्यवहार की जानकारी दी जाती है, अकाउंट ओपन किए जाते हैं. कम समय में ज्यादा से ज्यादा कौशल्य प्राप्त करके जिले के ज्यादातर लोग अपने अपने स्वयं रोजगार.
दुसरी स्लाइड आणा, दुसरी स्लाइड. व्हिडिओ थांबून.
मुलाच्या नावावरून आपल्या संस्थेची स्थापना करतात. वडिलांच्या, भावाच्या, बहिणीच्या, त्यांनी मात्र मित्राच्या नावावरती स्थापना केलेली आहे. आणि त्यातला जनशिक्षण, तर सर्व जे प्रॅक्टिकल आहेत, आपल्याला लाभलेले प्रशिक्षक त्यांना वेळोवेळी संपर्क करायचा.
स्लाइड कडे जा.
हॅलो, आवाज येत आहे का?
हा, स्लाइड कडे. सेकंड स्लाइड.
अच्छा,
हा, आवाज येतोय. सेकंड स्लाइड.
दिसतंय का सर?
हा, दिसतंय. Oh yes.
Yes.
So we'll start. So purpose of this particular video, you can also look at these videos, because when we claim that we want to become third richest country in the world, what is our preparation and what was our past, that can be studied. Many videos are available on YouTube. So purpose of the video was to
चालते ना?
ठीक आहे ना, सुरू करू ना. हॅलो, हा, सुरू करायचं ना. दुसरे आवाज येतात जरा. हॅलो.
Somebody's mic is also on. Somebody speaking. Mic is on.
असं केलं तर चालू.
बाकीच्यांचे माईक बंद केलं तर घरातले आवाज नाही येणार. So purpose of this video was to, can say, highlight what was the status of India in different periods. Particularly, we want to highlight that before Britishers came to India, our contribution to the global economy was much larger. During Mughal Empire also, this tradition of artisanship continued. Only during British period, we found that by various administrative means, Britishers have looted India. At the same time, they have damaged this culture of artisanship and independent India. So this society was whosoever may rule the country, but the economic sovereignty was with the society. But by using different means, Britishers like Dhaka's Malmal was very popular. But by purchasing it at much lower cost, so that artisan cannot manufacture that Malmal at such a lower cost, or by increasing taxes. So this is how British government has made these artisans to stop this manufacturing of Malmal and many other things, which were these manufacturing processes based on the natural articles or resources available in India. So those manufacturing processes were, can say, uh, affected, looted, stopped, because they wanted to sell their commodities manufactured in England, in India. So they have treated India as a colony. So that's why we say colonial rule, and that's why we say that now we have to come out of this colonial mindset, because our education in British India for 150 years, and even later on, we found that we have this impact. And because of this impact, because of negligence with reference to article education or skill education, we find that employability of the graduates had dropped down. So that's why we can refer to one of the documents written by Dr. Dharmapal. He was the disciple of Mahatma Gandhi ji. He went to London in 1935 and collected the documents describing the status of India during British period, prior to British period. So all the information was there in the London library. And Dharmapal wrote a book called The Beautiful Tree. So this was, Dharmapal was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi ji, and in one of the interviews, Mahatma Gandhi ji told Britishers that we had a beautiful tree and you have uprooted that beautiful tree. So this beautiful tree was, Mahatma Gandhi ji was referring to the Indian education system and the tradition of artisanship in rural India, which was that way economically independent India. And that's why throughout his period, Mahatma Gandhi used to encourage the uh, rural industries, small scale industries, or cottage industries. That was his dream. This is particularly with reference to artisanship. So we have lost that culture, and that's why when we start skill education, like I was referring to 1971, so we have, can say, uh, called it as a type of education which is mean for the students with lower merit. So this notion is a very wrong notion. Because of that wrong notion, uh, can say students with merit have preferred, can say, science, engineering, and medical courses. But this part, manufacturing part, was neglected. And that's why even the Institution of Engineers report says in India, we have 95% of, can say, thoughtful processes and hardly 5% of manufacturing process. हम सोचते ज्यादा है, विचार बहुत करते हैं, बड़ी बड़ी कल्पनाएं लड़ाते हैं, लेकिन प्रत्यक्ष रूप से मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करना इस पर ध्यान नहीं है. And that's why you find that when we say even in 1000 we were global trade leader, now because in last 10-15 years we'll find that now earlier we used to import the defense instruments, but now we have started exporting defense instruments. So this change in scenario in the manufacturing sector, I'm referring to one example of defense sector. Another example I can give about the textile industry. In the textile industry, we found that during Corona period, we used to import the PPE kits, but after 3-4 months, we have started manufacturing PPE kits in India, and we have stopped importing, but rather we have started exporting these PPE kits. So you'll find that things can change with government policies. And the Minister of Textile in those days, I remember, uh, she talked to business communities saying that why don't you start manufacturing these things? I can give you all types of permissions within shortest possible period. We'll have ease of business, but you start manufacturing. So I have given two examples. One is textile, another is defense sector, wherein we have started manufacturing things and we are now exporting these commodities. So these things will have definite impact on our contribution to the global economy. So it's connection with the Skill India. Next slide. Skill education is very important. So just to highlight that particular thing, I have narrated the story of this skill part in the ancient Indian history. I have some quotes here, some references to people who were working in last few decades in India, in particular in Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. Ravindra Sharma was working in Adilabad, can say, collected, delivered many speeches on artisan education in traditional arts and education. Sunil Deshpande was in Melghat region and he was working in Janajati, and he was, can say, organizing the artisans of India under Karigar Parishad, and he has worked for restoration of self-respect in the Karigar and started empowering artisans to revive and sustain traditional skills. I can say that the Pradhan Vishwakarma Yojana is the outcome of what Sri Ravindra Sharma Guruji has done for artisans, and similarly under Karigar Parishad, what Sunil Deshpande has done for the, can say, restoration of self-respect and organization of artisans and promoting them to, can say, uh, go for this, can say, manufacturing processes in rural India. So now under Pradhan Vishwakarma Yojana, I'm part of that because we are training the, can say, traditional artisans in our Jana Shikshan Sansthan Bid. So this Yojana, this scheme is for the carpenters, mistri, or, can say, uh, people working in different sectors in rural India. So they are identified, they are supposed to register them as Vishwakarma artisan, and then Vishwakarma Yojana scheme becomes applicable to them. So they have to undergo a training, short training of 6 days, and they have to pass an examination. After that, they will get two things. One, a kit for, can say, costing some 10,000 to 15,000 as a gesture of, can say, honoring them to start their business. And another thing is, next thing is, they will be given a loan for enhancing their business. So they can scale up their business, they can improve their business. So this is a very important part which I can connect to uh, skill education under NEP. So this Vishwakarma scheme is in 2023. NEP has started in 2020, and I can tell you the story of Skill Development Corporation in 2015. So from 2015, Government of India has started working on mission mode. There are many phases, many things have not improved. Like, we aimed at training 40 crore youth in India in various skills. But this number is not reached, and that's why we have to understand the importance of skill education. So with the background of 2015 Skill India motion, then National Skill Development Corporation, and then 2020 NEP, we must understand that skill component has been included in the school also, at the same time at +2 level also, at the same time in the college also. So what is expected? The learning from the past, like I was referring to 1971 perception about the skills in India, plus our experience in 2030 Bachelor of Vocational Courses, terminating courses, and then later on Skill Corporation, and we have started working at much large scale in mission mode to give importance to skill education. So with NEP 2020, we now expect the higher learning institute, higher level, like graduation institutes, academic institutions, to look for the skill courses. They had to take the help of NGOs working in skill. At the same time, they can take the help of ITI, government polytechnic, and other institutions like CDAC is there, or Indo-German Tool Room is there, Krishi Vignan Kendra is there. So there are many institutions who are working in skill sector. All these institutions like ITI, Krishi Vignan Kendra, Polytechnic, and other NGOs running skill education, all these things are linked up to National Skill Development Corporation. This National Skill Development Corporation has sector skills. So it has identified various sectors, like initially I mentioned, that there is much demand and there is mismatch between supply and demand. So to match that demand, which is existing in global market, various skill education courses are identified. Sector councils have developed syllabus for that, and these standard syllabi are given to various institutions working in skill sector. And that's why if you really search for that, if you search for such skill centers, you'll find many skill centers around you. And that's why if you don't take efforts to find out, Government of Maharashtra has now started under Ministry of Skill Education, under Ministry of Skill and Entrepreneurship. Government of Maharashtra has started more than 100 centers in traditional colleges, wherein arts, science, commerce, engineering, diploma, education is imparted. Arts, science, commerce, engineering, and diploma education is imparted. All these colleges where they have applied, and the Government of Maharashtra Skill Ministry have sanctioned skill centers to these colleges. As I remember, this number is more than 100. And Government of Maharashtra wishes to increase this number from 100 to 1000, because like the prevailing perception about the skill education, which I have described initially, obviously there is confusion about starting a skill course in any traditional college. And that's why to reach that 1000 number from 100, which exists today, will take some time. So when we remove our confusion about skill education, then only we can proceed towards establishing 1000 skill centers in Maharashtra. Why we require such a large number? Actually, we require much more than that, because NEP has already highlighted the skill component. So this skill component is, you can look at this slide. So this skill component is linked to many components highlighted as focus areas in NEP, like multidisciplinary education. So this multidisciplinary education, I will talk about that later on. So traditionally we speak about, I can say, 5 components. Like one is about arts. There are 64 arts. So arts means music and dance. This is the prevalent notion. Then science is second. Then professional courses like medical and engineering is third. And then another thing is about soft skills. So these are the various components that we talk about. So science, professional, soft skills, then arts and music, and artisanship. So these are the 5 types which are generally talked about when we talk about skills or arts. So these 5 components, science, professional courses, artisans, dance and music, and soft skills. All these things, 5 components, have been discussed or included or considered to be part of this multidisciplinary education. Because like the 5th part I mentioned about soft skills. Soft skills are important because we find that many students whose marks are very good, they are meritorious students, but you find that when it comes to explaining their work, their project work, many a time they fail to explain. So this talks about soft skills. So these soft skills are now included in the multidisciplinary education as well as skill education. So that's why to understand its importance to improve the employability, this component has been included in various minors, multidisciplinary minors or skill components, or advancements of skills or enhancement of skills. So under various titles, these soft skills are also included. These artisanship, manufacturing skills, is also included in this particular NEP framework. So that we have to understand. So that's why the focus area like multidisciplinary education, this also speaks about skill. The another aspect like equity and inclusion, I understand that by imparting skill education, we can say highlight or include or address equity and inclusion. So to address the focus area of equity and inclusion, skill education is very important. Similarly, this holistic education, one of the focus area of NEP. So this talks about hands-on experience, industry integration through choice-based credit system for internship, or it is a work integrated learning. Means when they get hands-on experience, they are obviously stepping into the industry area. So when they get hands-on experience, they are ready to take job in the industry after completion of education. So this focus area of holistic education focuses on or talks about or addresses or includes hands-on experience and industry integration. Next. You will find that NEP um, focuses on student-centric approach. So first focus area given in that is student-centric approach. So what is that student-centric approach? Next slide. So this student-centric approach enables the students mobility across the higher education institutes. Means they can leave the course, they can join the course, they can leave the course for earning something or satisfying the family needs, or they can leave the course, traditional course, to join a skill center for 1 year. So there is a provision and officially it is allowed. And that's why we say that it is a student-centric framework which enables the students' mobility across higher education institutes. So they can leave the present institute, join a skill center, come back. So this leaving, exit and entry, multi-exit, multi-entry is a very beautiful aspect of NEP. And for that, so this is not just random. So for that, National Credit Framework has been developed, and we can carry over of such credits that you earn outside your parent institute, maybe in skill center or other institute which I mentioned as NGOs, skill centers, ITIs, polytechnics, or centers established by government of Maharashtra in India, like Indo-German Tool Room or Krishi Vigyan Kendra or Jana Shikshan Sansthan. So various such opportunities are available wherein student can go get the skill education there outside parent institute, get it accredited. It is called academic bank of credit. Earlier, student used to move from higher education institute from A to B, like from COEP, Pune to Nanded, or from some arts and science college in Sambhajinagar to some other college like Symbiosis in Pune or something in Mumbai or sometimes abroad also. And the credits were transferred to its own parent institute's grade card. So such transport was, such ABC was available earlier also, maybe 20 years back. And this is being, I can say, carried or we have lot of experience of such ABCs, Academic Bank of Credit, It's I can say we have obviously experienced some problems also while carrying over the credit from other institute, because we always look upon at other institute with doubt that the student has gone to Pune, whether he has really attended the classes, whether he has really successfully completed the course or not. Such doubt prevails, and that's why we have experienced lot of difficulties in implementing AJC, ABC. So that's why now this has been formalized, and we have national credit framework, and lot of preparations are going on. Now we are very close to that particular phase, wherein I will tell you a few stories in the latter part. Next slide. Same point I was explaining in this particular slide, that the numbers like we have 160 credit course for completion of degree. These numbers have been, can say, broken down, have been reduced also. And like we have major core course or minor course, like that. We are now going for the courses which are away from your main discipline. Like I am a science graduate, I go for a course from I can say accounting or tally course, and get that tally course accredited in my grade card. There is an framework, and that's why equivalence can be given to the course that I earn, credit that I earn outside my parent institute. Next slide. So this is the point that I was explaining: multiple entry and multiple exit options. Next. Next slide. Next slide. Huh? So in this slide, you can find that what is that so this talks about the slide that you see on the screen. It talks about major, that is core courses, then minor courses, open electives, then AEC means can say advancements of skills, ability advancement courses. Then we have modern languages, we have internship, value education, and so on. So these courses are now included, and because of these ability enhancement courses, or can say open electives, or vocational courses, skill-based courses, or can say value education, or IKS, and other co-curriculum courses, you'll find that this total, like here you also find that open electives and multidisciplinary course, you have 12 credits for this. Similarly, for NCC, NSS also, we have few credits, like 8 credits, which account for co-curricular courses on sports, fine arts, applied, visual, performing arts, and so on. So 8 credits are given for that. Similarly, Bharatiya Gyan Parampara generic courses, we have 2 plus 2 credits. Value education or professional ethic courses, we have 4 credits. Similarly, for ability enhancement courses, so this is basically soft skills to prepare a student for, can say, writing ability or appearing for interview. These are fine-tuning courses which are being tried since long in many colleges. On their own, also they have tried, to fine tune the skills or abilities of the student before appearing for the interview in the industry sector. So this is continued since long. It is called as fine tuning the abilities of the student. So now this is officially included in the ability enhancement courses in the other curricular components in NEP. So this is how you find that total can say number of courses that you undergo. They are divided into many things, and obviously it is obviously simple to really complete a degree course with a set of values, set of skills that is required. So that's why I will tell you the story, because now we have opened this particular slide. I will tell you the story of can say the experience of developing uh, and multidisciplinary minor. Because like talking of theory is very interesting, but when you really go for such can say preparation of modules or preparation of minors for ability enhancement or soft skills or vocational courses or skill courses. So my point is, again, I'm telling you that skill component includes 5 types of things like science, professional skills, then artisan skills, soft skills, and arts and music. So these 5 components are included in skill education. Not only artisans, but soft skills are also included in that. Because when you really go for any IT industry, you will find that teamwork becomes a important skill for any person to work in IT industry. So if he cannot work in a team, his adaptability, his ability to listen to other partners very carefully, if he cannot listen the viewpoint of other partners in the team, then you'll find that the team cannot reach the goals in the desired time period. So this ability which are under soft skills. So these soft skills are very much required in IT industry. So not only in IT industry, but also in manufacturing process, like you have inventory management, you have marketing, you have sales, you are working in a on a floor, you are working on a quality aspects of the commodity that is going out of it, you are working in assembly. So there are various components, various sectors of a particular industry, and what we expect is a teamwork among these various stakeholders. So the like I remember the story of 2 students, one in 1988. He was very hard nut student, and he argued like anything with the head of the department, with me also, and with other students and faculty also. He wanted to do his project work independently. We said project work is a teamwork. At least 5 to 6 students should work on a problem for 2 semesters, and that's why it is essential to work in a team. But you'll find that that student pursued on his own. He worked on a field and he faced lot of difficulties. But because of his typical nature, typical attitude, he he pursued his work independently. And it's a very bad attitude. It's a very bad, can say, value added to the personality of a student. He'll always face the difficulty in future. So that's why you'll find that when you cannot work in a team, it's a problem. So there are shared goals, the entire team and the such group of teams, they have to achieve a shared goal. So to achieve the shared goal, the various teams within the team and within the various teams, we must be able to work together. And that's why our coursework, maybe our syllabus may not address these issues. And that's why soft skills must be included in our syllabus, which is permitted and which is encouraged as skill education in NEP 2020. So this is one story I wanted to tell you, that why teamwork is important, why soft skills are important. And the third point that I was telling you, how do you really develop multidisciplinary minor. So on left side, we have major courses, mandatory core courses pertaining to science, commerce, engineering, medical, and so on. These are core courses, and there are core electives pertaining to your main discipline. In addition to that, in addition to core courses and core electives, we have the vocational courses, skill-based courses, and multidisciplinary minors. So these are the various components. I'm telling you the story of multidisciplinary minor. One of the college in Maharashtra, in Pimpri Chinchwad near Pune, they have now started preparing. 5th June is the, you can say, target date that they have decided to prepare the syllabus of this MDM. What is that title? So its title is Organic Farming, and it's an engineering college. You'll find that skill component talks about such MDM, multidisciplinary minors, beyond their courses. So this MDM is not part of engineering education. So this is a thing which is in a way difficult to digest, difficult to work with. So since 1 month, I am working with that college. They have expressed their desire, because this organic farming appears in the NEP framework under MDM. So they have expressed their desire to start this multidisciplinary minor as organic farming. They have given 14 credits, 14 credits, and they have divided entire this MDM of organic farming over 7 semesters. So each semester will have 2 credits. So you'll find that in various slides, these 2 credits, 4 credits are appearing with various descriptions. So what is the arrangement? Arrangement is to have such 7 courses, 7 modules spread over 7 semesters. So my point is, it's a thing which is perceived as a difficulty. So when they approached, they talked to me, saying that we wanted to do this. So they had all the doubts, like, can we get the syllabus of organic farming? What is the nature of practicals and so on? So this is how somehow we are reaching the, you can say, target of preparing the entire syllabus by 15th June. And I'm sure the things will be, I can say, set right, because syllabus has been delivered today to the college. And you'll find that it's a great thing that they have expressed, engineering college students have expressed their desire to really go for such course on organic farming. It's a very interesting thing that they have, I can say, prepared themselves to go for organic farming. So they will have some basic theoretical subjects. Then they'll have practical training on the field. Then for organic farming, some cow-based products are required. So they will work with those, chemicals prepared from that goshala, which are used in organic farming. Then further they will have digital marketing, then finance, then how do you really market these products? How do you explain to the consumers that these are good products and the consumers must purchase at the higher rates, so that the farmers are encouraged to really go for organic farming, where it is perceived that the yield goes down when you go for organic farming. So this is how a multidisciplinary minor has been, uh, prepared in the target period of by 15th June. And now we are eager to find out how many students are ready to go for that particular course. Next slide. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड चलेगा.
सर हिस्ना
हमने कुठे ऍडिशनल फीचर्स मध्ये का मला काय टाईट
हो ऍडिशनल फीचर
हा बघ ठीक 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 चालेल
ऍडिशनल
मला काय समोर हा बरोबर 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 मला काय समोर दिसेल ना.
ठीक आहे सर.
Tick. Ale. So these additional features of multidisciplinary curriculum, I was trying to explain by using the example of organic farming as one MDM. So here you'll find that in many engineering college and other traditional colleges also, this discussion about a minimum of so many credits is very common, and that's why we always emphasize to have more major courses or more core courses, and we set aside soft skills or some art and artisanship or other skills related with manufacturing and other things, or soft skills, or you can say communication skills, or skills like teamwork and writing skills, content generation, and so on. So these things are not given proper weightage. Many a times this open elective or elective given by one professor from commerce, and which is applicable to all other people from various other can say courses like arts, and then science or engineering, medical, and so on. So one course offered by one faculty of commerce or arts, maybe from literature or maybe from communication, is made available to other partners, other students from various disciplines. So this open elective is obviously a tough job, because the faculty who prepares that particular course will have to take precaution of developing the contents in such a way that they are applicable to all other disciplines, and the students from various disciplines can really understand the contents very well without losing any context. So that's why such things are, I can say, included under multidisciplinary courses. Apart from that, this internship is a very, it is there in many things, But in art, science, and commerce, this internship, or can say mini projects, some good institutes may be having mini projects, but internship is a thing which is not common in science colleges or arts and commerce colleges. As I heard in 2020, when this NEP was, can say, launched, in one of the discourses by a vice chancellor from pharmaceutical background, he said pharmaceutical industry is not ready to accept pharmaceutical graduates, is D form or B form. Why they are not ready to accept Bachelor of Pharmacy or diploma in pharmacy? Because they say they don't know anything when they enter the pharmaceutical industry. So that's why they rather prefer BSc graduates, science graduate. They train them in pharmaceutical industry aspects, manufacturing processes, quality aspects, and sales and marketing. And they find that their experience with BSc in pharmaceutical industry is better. So this particular thing prevails in pharmaceutical industry, mainly because this internship is lacking in the pharmaceutical courses. So that's why we must take it very seriously, that internship has to be offered with preparation and with concern and with the experience of industry about our degree courses. So this particular slide talks about single minor, double minor, value added courses, and so on. And the importance that I was telling you about the internship. Next slide. So now next slide is about vocational and skill component. Again, I will repeat saying that when I say skill component, it is not only carpentry or plumbing or can say other uh, fabrication works, but it also talks about music, arts, music, dance, and communication, soft skills, teamwork, you can say team building and teamwork, and so on. All these things are also now included in the uh, skill part. So earlier, as I said, our students are ready to the extent of 5% as far as exposure to skill education is concerned. So our target by 2025. So when I say target by 2025, I have that number 5% in my mind. Then I have one more aspect in my mind, that in 2015, we have started skill education in mission mode. We have started skill education in 2015 in mission mode with National Skill Development Corporation. So we aim at by 2025, at least 50% students from the school and higher learning institutes shall have exposure to vocational education. So this 50% target is very important, and it is very difficult to achieve because, like I was telling you, the story of Government of Maharashtra sanctioning 100 skill centers to traditional colleges in Maharashtra. And we find that we are in a very confusing state. How do you really start a skill course in a given atmosphere in a arts, commerce, science college? Next. Next slide. So this is how we are in a confused state. Why we are in a confused state? Because it is the mindset that prevails from 1971, that such carpentry, something doing plumbing, and can say electrical work, or can say garage work, automobile repairs or electrical component work, or wiring in our house, or setting the fuse right, or checking for fault. These things are, can say, less important, or can say they are the laborious jobs done by, can say, people of, can say, less merit and so on. So that's why this mindset must go, and we must really, can say, give attached importance to skill components. Why I'm repeating these sentences? Because I have one experience which I will tell you after a few slides. So these slides tells you about uh, skill hubs. So again, I am repeating. In 2015, we have started this particular skill India in mission mode, and that's why we have started, can say, using the present network of Jana Shikshan Sansthan. There are 5,000 skill hubs across India. So this is a very recent initiative. Try to understand, when we have started giving importance to skill education in 2020 under NEP, we have established 5,000 such skill hubs across country. So this opens an opportunity for any graduate from arts, science, commerce, or medical and engineering and so on, or management for that purpose. Uh, they can have uh, exposure to such 5,000 skill hubs, and there are again many such courses available under that platform. So here you can find the key highlights. These key highlights uh, written down in this slide under Skill India mission, uh, wherein it is said that it is integrating skill and education for a new India. This title, this slogan, integrating skill and education for a new India, this slogan comes from National Education Policy as a focus area. I have discussed earlier also. So integrating skill and education for new India, and that's why it includes hands-on training. This hands-on training is included as a key important part in our NEP. Then we have National Skill Qualification Framework, and we have such compliant courses. So whatever course you do under this skill up program, that will have a compliance, obvious compliance and accreditation in your normal scenario. There is a reward money also for certification, free counseling for, I can say, starting your, I can say, jobs or industry, or applying for various jobs, various loan schemes like Mudra loan and so on. One more aspect you can note in this slide is this integrating skill is from NEP, a slogan from NEP. Below that you can find it's a joint initiative by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and Ministry of Education, aligned with NEP 2020. So this particular thing is very important. The integrating skill and education comes from NEP, and two ministries have come together to open up 5,000 skill hubs across India by using skill ministries outlets existing in India. So the ministry have strengthened the present existing institutions of skill outlets like Jana Shikshan Sansthan, IT, and so on. So it's a great opportunity for implementing NEP in normal traditional colleges of art, science, commerce. So they must, can say, look for this particular opportunity available in the vicinity. Next slide is about, means this is about Jana Shikshan Sansthan, and this slide gives you idea about a booklet published by Jana Shikshan Sansthan Bid, which tells you about the success stories. So when you complete a course of 3 months, you are ready to start your business, irrespective of your education background. Next slide, yeah. Next slide. Yashogata. Next slide. So this booklet gives you idea about success stories. So, so this what I wish is, that's why I was telling you that 5,000 skill hubs are available for traditional colleges to link up, to interact, to contact, to be part of that. So I want such colleges to have one of the course from Jana Shikshan Sansthan. One of the course from Jana Shikshan Sansthan in their campus. So next slide. So the slide that is visible on the screen tells you about that story. So 2020 is NEP. आधीचीच घ्या, अरे पहिली बरोबर होती ती. आधीची स्लाइड. आधीची स्लाइड. स्लाइड आधीची घ्या. Yeah. So I was telling you this. आधीची स्लाइड. याच्या आधीची. Yeah. So I was telling you that there are 5,000 hubs. We must take the use of this, interact with them, contact them, go to them, ask them to be part of your college, right? So that's why. So here, my eligibility is, we have conducted one meeting on 29th March 2022. Means after 2 years from the date of implementation of NEP. After 2 years. Because skill education is included in NEP, we have invited few JSS directors, Jana Shikshan Sansthan directors, some faculty from Art Science Commerce College, then Mahila College, wherein home science is already there. Then one college from rural background like Soega is a very difficult terrain, difficult taluka. We have invited principal from that college. Another South Amali college from Pulambi, another rural college. And then some organizers like Shiksha Sanskriti Uttanyas working in education field, Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal. So these were the organizations working in education, and few principals and few directors. So our objective of this meeting is to explain the importance of skill education and its integration into the conventional colleges. So that is the highlight of, that is the slogan from NEP, which was visible in earlier slide. So we had to integrate skill education in normal education. So I wanted to tell these participants that these are the Jana Shikshan Sansthan directors. They can take you to their facility, or they can come to your college. Then further, so with this objective of explaining importance, we further discussed. We have visited few Jana Shikshan Sansthan here and there, and then we explained to these participants. Then I told SB College that your students are already part of Jana Shikshan Sansthan course, but you are not aware of it. Then Mahila College, where 2 girl students were undergoing a skill course in Sambhajnagar Jana Shikshan Sansthan. So you'll find that the students have already started preferring this skill education by using the opportunity or facility available in Jana Shikshan Sansthan. But what is the awareness level of the college faculty after 2 years from NEP implementation is rather discouraging. So that's why in this particular meeting, we tried to discuss the facilities available with JSS, their readiness to be part of the college program, to run a skill program in the college campus, and so on. So these points were discussed, and then we told them that already your students are there in the skill courses. So impact of this particular meeting in March 2022, after 2 years of NEP implementation. Next year, we have started um, skill courses in Savarkar College, then Mazalgaon College, then Ambedogai College, Balbim College in Bid, and so on. And you'll find that we have successfully run tailoring course for the women, girl students, then plumbing course for the girl students, then some other automobile course for boys, and so on. So these courses were run in these colleges. Savarkar College had a NEC in the next year, and the NEC committee have appreciated like anything about running a skill course in their campus. So the principal was telling me that the NEC committee spent more time in the skill course room, and they wanted to know how they have done this, what is the impact, and what is the readiness to really continue these things. So this is the story that I'm telling you about 2022, then NEP in 2020, and now we are in 2024, and we have now to run very fast. Next slide. Next slide is about equity and inclusive education, which is one of the focus area, of NEP. So how do you really can say address this aspect of equity? Why equity is important? Equity is important because we want to increase GER, gross enrollment ratio, in our university education. So to increase GER, we must address the issue of inclusive education. So those who are normally left out of the education, how do you really include them? How do you really offer an opportunity to them so that they are part of this? So here you can find one of the students from Nanded. I know him very well, and I meet him in this year also, in his current year also. And he's a very bright student. He's disabled. You can see in the picture. He's disabled, but he has completed engineering course from Nanded all the 4 years with lot of hardship, without any excuses, without any concession. So this inclusive education must be understood in this particular direction, that the students who are included in that, they undergo all the components of engineering education without asking for any concession, without any problem being created in the ecosystem. You'll find that that's why this equity and inclusive education is important, and those who are left out, that's why I was telling you that skill component with MDM and so on, it will give opportunities to those for whom English and other courses are very difficult to clear. So for them, in place of English, they can go for some skill courses like tailoring, plumbing, and so on, and they get the credit and they get the degree. So this opportunity is available, and that's why equity and inclusiveness is important under NEP. So obviously, we have to really cater the needs of these people in our ecosystem. Om Dadav is a very successful, inspiring person, and he has completed MTech, and he was can say invited at one of the platform to give can say inspiring lecture for the upcoming students in Bangalore. Next slide. Next slide. So next slide will tell you about another story about empowering lives. Narmadala is a, I can say, part of, I can say, Janajati area um along the bank of river Narmada. Bharti Thakur is from Nasik. She was teacher in central government school, and when she uh, took the journey for Narmada Parikrama, she found that along the bank of river Narmada, we have lot of, we can say, prosperity prevailing on the both sides of Narmada. But when you go little away from the bank of river, you find that the Janajati students are away from the schools. They cannot go to schools and so on. So, what is the reason that these Janajati students uh, in the region very close to Narmada Bank, where prosperity already exists? You find that Miss Bharati Thakur narrates the story that these students of belonging to Janajati really could not go to school. So after completing Parikrama, Bharati Thakur decided to start near Maheshwar or between Maheshwar and Omkareshwar. She selected a village and then she started a school, a formal uh, education school uh, with small training initially in that Janajati area. And her story can be seen through a video. If video is available, you can see the story through video. Otherwise, you can search through YouTube Narmada Leh journey with Bharti Thakur. Many videos are available on YouTube. So this is a story of Narmada Leh, which tells you about how skill training can improve the livelihood of Janajati students, youth, from where they were left out of education, and now they are earning good livelihood and they are ready with a lot of skills. नर्मदालयाचा व्हिडिओ दाखवता येईल का? नर्मदालयाचा व्हिडिओ दाखवता येईल का? हॅलो, शक्य असेल तर दाखवा, नाही तर मी पुढे जातो.
सर एक मिनिट करतो.
हा करा. So this video is, the purpose of showing this video is one, means if you give life education, skill education to the Janajati students, youth, you can really convert their livelihood to a better self-reliant life. One more thing of NEP is included here, and that is quality education. We aim at, under NEP, we aim at quality education. In the journey of Bharti Thakur,
और अभी थोड़ी ऐसा हो रहा है कि 1 साल के लिए तो मैं तो बोली ना, तो मैं वो जिलम
नमस्कार, मी भारती ठाकूर. शूलपाणीच्या झाडीत असलेल्या सेमलेट या गावी आम्ही सध्या आलेलो आहोत. नमस्कार, मी भारती ठाकूर. शूलपाणीच्या झाडीत असलेल्या सेमलेट या गावी आम्ही सध्या आलेलो आहोत. काल रात्री इथे मुक्काम केला आणि आज भादलला निघालो आहोत. सेमलेट पर्यंत 4 चाकी गाडी येते, त्यामुळे काही प्रश्न नव्हता. पण भादलला मात्र बाईकवरनं जायला लागणार आहे. गेल्या 10 वर्षात बाईकवर बसले नव्हते. थोडीशी भीती वाटतेय, पण बघूया. नर्मदा माई आहे, ती घेईल काळजी. नर्मदे हर. ऊन खूप आहे, त्याच्यामुळे सनकोट आणि टोपी तर घालावीच लागणार आहे.
शिक्षा का सूरज है निकला, हो रहा है अब उजाला, आंखें खोलो.
हमको भी है लिखना पढ़ना, हमको भी है आगे बढ़ना, तुम भी बोलो.
शिक्षा का सूरज है निकला, हो रहा है अब उजाला, आंखें खोलो. हमको भी है लिखना पढ़ना, हमको भी ना, तुम भी बोलो.
Video is not playing.
जो नहीं पढ़ सकता उसके सामने जैसे अंधेरा है.
जो नहीं पढ़ सकता उसको एक मजबूरी ने घेरा है.
कितनी ही मजबूरियां शिक्षा मिटा देगी.
उन्नति के रास्ते शिक्षा दिखा देगी.
उम्र चाहे जो भी हो,
मैं कहूँ और तुम कहो,
कभी भी
कहीं भी
कभी भी कहीं भी हमको पढ़ना है, आगे बढ़ना है, हमको पढ़ना.
ठीक है. What I suggest is, even if video is not visible, I have given the information in the chat box regarding this video. You can see it yourself. You can go to YouTube and search for Narmada Leh, and it's very interesting video for 5 minutes or something, which highlights equity aspect of NEP. It also highlights the aspect of inclusiveness. It also highlights the aspect of quality education to those who are left out. We are not talking about quality education in big cities like Mumbai or Delhi, but we are talking about quality education for those who are left out. And you'll find, if you see the video, my suggestion is, or my statement is, my submission is, this particular situation that Bharti Thakur was describing, the place where she could not go with four-wheeler. She could not go with four-wheeler. She had to go reach there on two-wheeler. This is the place where now we have very, can say, good uh, science and engineering laboratories. And to my surprise, I must tell you that this is the place where advanced engineering laboratories are available, where Bhopal students are coming to visit that facility and to work on the facility for their project from state capital. They are coming to this Janajati area. So these are very advanced, up-to-date technological laboratory available on the bank of river in a very remote area. Very good established laboratory, and it is useful for those who are in Bhopal Engineering College. So this facility, like I said, quality education, equity, skill education, improvement in livelihood, and moreover, like two professors from Maharashtra went to this Narmada area, and they have it's a remote area. That's why they were worried about their car. Means if there is any damage to their car, so they were suspecting while driving the car. They were doubtful. So they told me 2 days back only. I got that experience being narrated by one of the faculty who went there. The faculty told me that the students were very comfortable and very confident that they told these faculty members that you don't bother about any damage to your car. If it fails, if it stops, if any problem arises, we can set it right ourselves. This is the statement of a school going student from Narmada line. So this is the status of or impact of skill education um, in the remote area like Janajati area from Narmada belt. So that's why the quality of skill education, and for that purpose, I was narrating the story of Bharti Thakur working in the area of Narmada belt, or particularly forest area or tribal area. She has now a moving mobile van wherein various courses are, means various laboratory instruments are established, fitted in the mobile van, and the van will go to various places, remote areas of that particular tehsil or district, and the students from that remote area will be taught skill courses. So under such a difficult situation, these students are undergoing skill education. So my suggestion or request to all of you, those who are living in good places like Amravati, Sambhajinagar, or can say Mumbai, Pune, or otherwise. So there are skill uh, education laboratories available in the vicinity of your college. So try to include that skill education component in your traditional college and see that every student of arts, commerce, science, management, or pharmacy, or any other discipline has some skill component or exposure to skill education during his 3 to 4 years coursework. So this is how we had to try very hard so that this particular thing is included in your syllabus. The components I have already highlighted. What is that MDM and other things, and how do you really prepare for that, uh, and what are the facilities and initiatives available with the government and so on. So this particular thing we must understand that if things can work in tribal area, things must work uh, in the places like Amravati and so on. So this particular video and the story and the other picture that will follow, I don't The other next slide after the Bharati Thakur slide is about the lab facilities. Is it visible? Lab facilities?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. So these lab facilities means student are exposed to organic farming. They can do machinery work. They can go for fabrication. They can go for plumbing. And in this new building of Narmadalai, top floor, 23 bathrooms were fitted with all the plumbing arrangement by the students of Narmadalai. They are hardly 16, 18 year old and they have completed their bathroom fixtures. Fabrication work is in process, that is visible in the slide. At the same time, you can find that the, I can say, quality laboratory work that I was mentioning, which was being used by Bhopal student also. Next. आली का नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आली
नाही सर.
त्यांना सांगायला लागेल. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आली का
नाही सर.
मला नाही, बट ठीक आहे. एनिवे विल प्रोसीड with the information. So next slide is about the laboratories established at Narmadalai with DST funding. This is a very good facility. Then next point I wish to tell you about the facility or the skill center being established at Hingoli. And this was established on 1st of February 2024. So on 1st of February 2024, skill center was established at Hingoli. Hingoli is a very typically backward area, and this facility is established by CRISP. It's a center, training skill center, working at Bhopal for various industries, particularly automobile industry. They are training. CRISP is training the can say employees of automobile industry in CRISP facility, and they have very good experience of imparting training courses for automobile industries elsewhere in India. They are working outside India also. So that's why point is such a good organization working in Bhopal for industry have started a course in a skill center in Hingoli. Obviously, I must tell you why this is important, because on the day of inauguration on 1st February, at least 6 to 7 industries have been, can say, entered into agreement with CRISP for offering jobs to the students completing skill courses at this Bharat Ratna Nanaji Deshmukh Kaushal Vikas Udyog Kendra at Hingoli. So this particular skill center, if students join over there, they are sure to get an opportunity in the industry. Next slide is about what is the status of CRISP. The CRISP is itself working under NCVT as assessor and evaluator. So obviously, CRISP is a certifying authority. It's a part of NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation. So obviously, those courses being can say run and completed by the students at this Nanaji Deshmukh Kaushal Kendra, the students will have facility of approved sanctioned courses under National Skill Qualification Framework prepared by various sector skill councils, and very good opportunity to have hands-on training, because I've seen the facility. They have rather recreated an industry in the laboratory. So the type of can say equipment that they will be handling during skill education is very similar to in dimension, very similar to what they will work with if they join industry. So that's why it's a hands-on training. So if they work during training here in Hingoli in the skill center, as if they are working in the industry. So that's why their acceptance is more. And one of the point that is generally discussed in IT and manufacturing skills, or in the areas where technology change is very common and very fast, that is agility in adoption of and adaptability to changing technology, or skill readiness for jobs in future. So this is one of the aspects that we have to remember, that if technology is changing, our students should be ready to adopt the change, to face the changing situation, and they should make themselves ready for the jobs will come up due to changed technology. So these skill centers will offer this type of the skill associated with agility or adaptability or working in team, facing the changes. So these skill centers or vocational courses are very important for the youth to prepare them for the new jobs to come in the global market, which we have started with. That there is a mismatch, and we have to prepare our youth for the global market scenario where more jobs are available, but we have to prepare them to face that situation, and we have to make them skill ready for the global market. So this is particularly addressed in NEP. And various components that are blended in the vocational education, which we have already talked about. 5 aspects, like on-job training is also included, soft and life skills is there, demonstration, practical skills, tutorial assignment, and so on and so forth. So we have to prepare them. And the other part, like internship, I have already highlighted. But the other part is a community project or community engagement. We have to send our students to work in rural areas, work with industry, work with NGO, working in a particular sector, like Indian Shikshan Sansthan or Deendayal Research Institute, where, or can say Abhay Bang or Vikas Amte, working in remote area like eastern part of Vidarbha and so on. So they should be exposed to a real life situation, so that when jobs are offered, they are ready to take up with those jobs. Under vocational subjects, I have tried to give the idea about that under 5 categories, but we have included in our slide some list of such vocational courses or skill modules, like retail management, advertising, communicative English, tax procedure and practice, tourism and travel management and hospitality, banking and financial services and insurance, logistics, web design and animation, media and entertainment, insurance, capital market, mutual fund, data mining, beauty and wellness, electronic equipment and maintenance, mobile TV, computer maintenance, analytical instrumentation operations, repair and maintenance of optical instrument, glass blowing, solar system maintenance, organic farming, protected cultivation, production of horticulture crops, floriculture, greenhouse technology, bakery products, soap, detergent, cosmetics, home institute, industry, care products, and robotics. So, with reference to this list, I will give you some my personal experiences, which will be useful to you. I met on, can say, 1st of June in Mumbai, one of the youth from Parle area. I just asked him, what is your qualification and what do you do? He said, um, uh, I have pursued 12th science, but I could not get into an engineering college. Then I did some graduation course and then I left out. Then I joined a music course from Mumbai University. And I have completed formal education in music. And now he's a freelancer entrepreneur providing services to various entities with music as a skill. That's why initially I was telling you about 5 components, and one of the component was dance and music. So dance and music is also one of the skill set. And that person I met on 1st June, he was telling his livelihood dependent on music, small music company that he runs from his own house. And he says his livelihood is maintained with music as a skill. So this we must understand how a music component, or like the list I have given here, can really give you livelihood. So this openness is required. It is already there in the global market. What we have to do is to understand its significance in the framework of our traditional education. One more experience, like the experience of 1st June in Parle. Another experience, I met some youth from students who have passed out from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University. They said, I met them in Nevasa. They said, we have passed out a tourism course from Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University. And they told me that it's a very good course from the University of Aurangabad. And we are running a very good entrepreneur job or startup from our own place, from Nevasa. They are living in their hometown with their family, and they are running a very good business. And they have mentioned that the components of syllabus of tourism department of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University are very good. And students completing the course of tourism from BAMU, the students are accepted by various tourism industries, and they are being offered very high salaries like IT industries. He was mentioning rupees 1 lakh salary to one of the students. So that's why I'll find that this tourism, or like various departments that are available in our university, if they are not highlighted, if they are not discussed, if they are not in limelight, we must really go there and find out what is the scope of that particular department, their impact of syllabus, and so on. Like solar maintenance, this is a upcoming business, and robotics or drone. In recent past, like on 29th of May, we have run one course on drone in Ambejogai for rural youth. This course was run by Bhumi Baba University from Mumbai. Dr. Kamath has sent 2 experts to Ambejogai, and we have gathered 150 rural youth. And the students, after 1 day training course, they were very much delighted, and they have now prepared themselves to purchase drone and to use drone in agricultural farming activity. They will have to really go for at least 15 days course to get a license to run drone and so on. But they are so much delighted and they were so much happy with one day drone that they have seen drone themselves. They could imagine that they can um, operate that drone for agricultural purpose. And now they have desired. So my point is this drone, robotics, these are the list that is visible on the screen. These courses, list of courses, are available in the vicinity of any college. So what you have to do is you have to prepare yourself for can say including this course in the campus. So let us see that such skill courses are running within the campus and let the student enjoy doing something physically like running through electrical equipments, automobile industry, tailoring, plumbing, and so on. So if they experience doing something, then only probably they'll be ready for such jobs. So stop for my presentation. And if you have any questions to be asked or any explanation or any further information, you are free to put up a question through chat box or otherwise. Thank you.
Sir, good evening. What are the skill development chances in allied medicine fields?
It's medical as well as non-medical. I just forgot because recently I met one person from nutrition. He said it is not clinical course, but nutrition is very important. And he is attached to one holistic college, and he says this nutrition is very interesting course and can say very upcoming business also because of livelihood, because of new lifestyle, you have a lot of problems like weight loss and other things, obesity and so on. So he says this skill course in medical field is very good. Plus daycare. Daycare is one of the, means like many colleges are running this particular daycare course with medical faculty attached to that particular course. I mean, they will explain what is the care required for old patient or bedridden patient at the home. And these students are, can say, placed immediately. Means I know one course from Pune run by Swarup Pardhani. Whatever batch they run, all the students are immediately employed in various hospitals. So these are the courses attached with medical field, clinical or non-clinical. Daycare, then with laboratory equipment maintenance, and so on, plus nutrition. Because of lifestyle, nutrition has become very important. Similarly, yoga. So yoga course is run by Open University in Nasik. At the same time, we have one course in Bangalore University. Prashanti Kutirav is also running. Yoga Vidyadham in Nasik is also running such courses. So these are all certified courses. So when you say it is certified course and it is university run course by like Nasik Open University, these courses when completed can be accredited, can be carried over, then under ABC they are included in the grade card also.
नमस्कार. हॅलो हॅलो
ऐकू
सर नमस्कार. मला एक शंका आहे सर, आपण स्किल डेव्हलपमेंटचे जे कोर्सेस आहेत शॉर्ट कोर्सेस आहेत ना?
मी जे स्किल नॅशनल स्किल डेव्हलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन सांगितलं ना, नॅशनल स्किल डेव्हलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन त्यांच्या सेक्टर स्किल्स, त्यांनी हे सगळे कोर्सेसचे तपशील हे ठरवलेले आहेत. म्हणजे लाईक वन ऑफ द कोर्स आय टेल यू 300 अवर्स, त्याच्यामध्ये मॅक्सिमम actual performing things, then few courses, few hours for soft skills, few hours for theory. पण जास्त बरा 2/3 म्हणा, 2/3 पर्यंत हे प्रॅक्टिकल राहतात, 1/3 पर्यंत सॉफ्ट स्किल राहतात, लाईक रायटिंग स्किल, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल, मार्केटिंग, लोन कसं अप्लाय करायचं, बँकेत कसं, अशा प्रकारचे कंपोनंट त्या सॉफ्ट स्किल्स मध्ये इन्क्लुडेड असतात.
पण मग एवढ्या शॉर्ट पिरियड मध्ये खरोखर स्किल डेव्हलपमेंट होईल का?
म्हणून तुम्हाला यशोगाथा दाखवलं ना.
सर नाही, मला मध्ये नेटवर्कचा इश्यू होता.
बरं, एनिवे मी तुम्हाला खात्रीनं सांगतो की आता म्हणजे आता म्हणून मी यशोगाथा दाखवल्या. तर सांगायचा मुद्दा असा की नर्मदाची स्टोरी तर तुम्ही पाहून घ्या, तो व्हिडिओ
होती मी बघितली, ओपन केली थोडी. हो, नंतर
हा, तुम्ही स्वतः बघू, नाही ऑन युअर ओन ऑल्सो तुम्ही बघून घ्या. त्यांचे मोठे मोठे इंटरव्ह्यू पण उपलब्ध आहेत, 26 मिनिटाचा आहे, 1 तासाचा आहे. आणि जर खूप इंटरेस्टेड असाल तर तुम्ही नर्मदाला जाऊन या, म्हणजे किती जीवन बदलू शकतं हे तुमच्या लक्षात येईल. आणखी एक मुद्दा
कुठल्या भागात आहे?
एमपीच्या तुम्ही नर्मदाला तुम्ही युट्यूबवर टाका, सगळी माहिती तुम्हाला मिळून जाईल, किंवा भारती ठाकूर टाका गुगल सर्च मध्ये, सगळी माहिती मिळते, काहीच अवघड नाही. तुम्हाला आणखी एक आस्पेक्ट सांगायचा, जसं मला नेहमी संस्कृतीविषयी वाटतं की संस्कृतच्या लोकांना संस्कृत विषयी फार अप्रूप वाटत नाही किंवा काही फार करावं असं वाटत नाही, पण ज्यांना संस्कृतचं ज्ञान नाही त्यांना मात्र सारखं वाटतं की आपण संस्कृतचा कोर्स केला पाहिजे, आपल्याला संस्कृतमध्ये बोलता आलं पाहिजे, संस्कृत वाचता आलं पाहिजे असं. तसं ते जे ट्रॅडिशनल कॉलेजचे पार्ट आहेत की नाही, दोज हू आर पार्ट ऑफ दिस अकॅडमिक प्रोग्राम, they are not very keen on running skill courses and other things. MDM, particularly MDM. म्हणून मी मुद्दाम पिंपरी चिंचवडचं उदाहरण सांगितलं की आय फाउंड दॅट दे आर कीन अँड दॅट्स वाय वी हॅव हेल्प देम इन प्रिपेरिंग और डेव्हलपिंग द कोर्स ऑन ऑर्गॅनिक फार्मिंग. तर तो कोर्स आता सबमिट होईल आणि 15 जून पर्यंत सगळा रेडी होऊन जाईल. तर असा जो उत्साह फार कमी आहे. मी तुम्हाला हे उदाहरण यासाठी सांगतोय की मला परवा एक नांदेडचे गृहस्थ भेटले, प्लायवूडचं दुकान आहे त्यांच्याकडे. ही इज बेसिकली सिव्हिल इंजिनियर. ही सेड दॅट सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग industry has a lot of materials, but you will find that the civil engineering student or architecture students do not know what that material is. पुस्तकामध्ये त्याचं वर्णन आहे, पण त्यांना ते मटेरियल पाहिलेलं नसतं. So that person from Nanded has written 4 books, one on laminate, one on glass, one on timber, and another on, I can say, decorative articles. असे 4 पुस्तकं त्यांनी लिहून तयार केले, पुस्तकं छापलेत. आणि जसं नर्मदालयमध्ये मोबाईल व्हॅन फॉर स्किल कोर्सेस आहे, तशी मोबाईल व्हॅन त्यांनी तयार केलेली आहे. आणि ही सेड आय एम रेडी विथ दॅट मोबाईल व्हॅन wherein I can show all the material being used by civil engineers and architectural students. So that mobile van will go to college. कॅम्पस मध्ये ती मोबाईल व्हॅन जाईल आणि सगळ्या प्रकारचं मटेरियल मुलांना ते हात लावून मटेरियल पाहता येईल. टिंबर काय असतं, लॅमिनेट काय असतं, काय असतं, त्याची थिकनेस काय, त्याची स्ट्रेंथ काय, हे पाहता येईल. And he says, I am ready with industry experts also. I am ready with industry experts coming to campus and to explain what that engineering material is. इतकं बाहेरच्या जगामध्ये अकॅडमिक इन्स्टिट्यूशन साठी मदत करायची तयारी घेऊन लोक उभे आहेत.
बरोबर सर.
माय पॉइंट इज वी शुड रिअली एक्सटेंड हँड, interact with people who are really ready to be part of our skill education within the campus, in the form of mobile van, in the form of lectures, in the form of books. They are ready now. They have to come to your institute. So you have to extend support to them, at least welcome them, offer the course, get the sanction from academic council and other things, and run the course effectively with affinity. सगळ्या प्रकारची आत्मीयता मनात बाळगून तो कोर्स चालवला. म्हणून मी आता यशोगाथाचा मुद्दा मला पण सांगितलं की आमच्याकडे ब्युटिशियनचा कोर्स 3 महिन्यात करणाऱ्या मुली आणि बायका महिन्याला 5,000 पासून 50,000 कमाई करतात. तेही बीड सारख्या छोट्या गावामध्ये 5,000 पासून 50,000 50,000 सुद्धा मी कमी सांगतो. जर त्यांचं स्किल, ज्याला आपण म्हणायचं की अप्रोच, मार्केटिंग, बोलण्यामधलं कौशल्य, जॉब जे लोकांना आकर्षित करण्याचं कौशल्य, समजावून सांगणं माझ्या याचं काय उपयोग आहे हे समजावून सांगणं जर त्यांना जमलं तर त्यांना खूप सारा. कारण तुम्ही कल्पना करा की नुसत्या मेहंदीचं जरी म्हटलं तर एका पॉइंटला तुम्ही 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 असं मेहंदीला खर्च करायला लोक आज तयार आहेत. आज केवळ वधूचा मेकअप होत नाही, वधूची आई, मावशी, मैत्रिणी सगळ्यात मेकअप करायला बसलेल्या आहेत. आणि त्यामुळं त्याच्यावरचा खर्च हा यू कॅनॉट इमॅजिन द रेंज. इतकी मोठी रेंज आहे. आणि हे सगळं या 3 महिन्याच्या ब्युटिशियनच्या कोर्समध्ये जल शिक्षण संस्थान, आमच्याकडे बीडला तर अतिशय चांगली लॅबोरेटरी आहे, पण अनेक जल शिक्षण संस्थांमध्ये हा कोर्स उपलब्ध आहे. अँड टू युअर सरप्राईज विल फाइंड दॅट दिस कोर्स इज ऑफर्ड फ्री ऑफ चार्ज टू SC/ST कॅन्डिडेट्स. आणि विडो महिला असतील त्यांना काहीही खर्च नाही. आणि बाकीच्यांना जर आणखी दुसऱ्या वर्गातल्या असतील तर कोर्सची फीस हार्डली 400 रुपये आहे. इतक्या कमी खर्चामध्ये हा कोर्स आपल्या परिघामध्ये उपलब्ध आहे आणि ज्याचे परिणाम हे चांगल्या कौशल्यामध्ये होऊ शकतात. तुमच्या माहिती गरज सांगतो, प्लंबिंगची गरज किती आहे आपल्याला समजतं, पण आणखी तुम्हाला महत्व लक्षात द्यावं म्हणून सांगतो.
नाही, मी पण आर्किटेक्चरचा फॅकल्टी आहे, त्याच्यामुळे कल्पना आहे मला.
सुप्रेम इंडस्ट्री, तुम्हाला आणखी 2 गोष्टी सांगतो. तुम्ही आर्किटेक्चर असल्यामुळे सुप्रेम इंडस्ट्रीनी 1 कोटी रुपये खर्च करून प्लंबिंगची लॅबोरेटरी जळगावला उभी केली आहे.
माहिती आहे मला.
पुण्याच्या इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजमध्ये अशीच काही कोटी रुपये खर्च करून प्लंबिंगची लॅबोरेटरी उभी केलेली आहे. व्हॉट इज द कंपोनेंट ऑफ प्लंबिंग इन इंजिनिअरिंग एज्युकेशन? हार्डली एनिथिंग. हार्डली एनिथिंग, काही नाही. एक पानभर काहीतरी सांगतात, एखादा 3 मार्काचा प्रश्न परीक्षेमध्ये येतो तर तेवढंच महत्व विद्यार्थी पण त्या प्लंबिंगला देतो 3 मार्का. सो दिस इज द स्टेटस. सो दॅट वी हॅव टू अंडरस्टँड इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्किल एज्युकेशन. आणि जे काही आपल्याला या प्लंबिंग NEPच्या संधीमुळे जे काही करता येईल ते आपण नक्की केलं पाहिजे.
बरोबर सर.
तुमचं काय नाव?
संजीव डोंगरे सर.
संजीव डोंगरे. कोणतं कॉलेज तुमचं?
DY पाटील नेरूळ आर्किटेक्चर कॉलेज.
DY पाटील. बरं बरं.
आमच्याकडे पण आता आम्ही चांगल्या लॅब सेट केलेत.
बर.
हा, म्हणजे सिरामिक्स, कार्पेंट्री, फॅब्रिकेशन, रोबोटिक आर्म्स.
इथे स्वाती शेरेकरांनी तुम्हाला अनेक ठिकाणचे एक्सपिरियन्सेस आहेत. अमरावतीच्या स्वाती शेरेकर आहेत तर त्या इथे मला वाटतं इन्क्युबेशन मध्ये डायरेक्टर आहेत. तर त्यांनी एक रोबोटिक्स मधला 1 डे कोर्स केला फॉर एनीबडी. म्हणजे कोणाही करतं, कोणी एनीबडी कॅन जॉईन दॅट कोर्स. 1 दिवसाचं ट्रेनिंग नंतर त्याने किट दिलं आणि त्यांना सांगितलं की तुम्ही हे सगळं एकत्र करून किंवा त्याची असेंब्ली करून काहीतरी युजफुल कमॉडिटी बनवा. So many students have come up with very good kind of product after 3 weeks. आणि त्याचा डिस्प्ले केला होता. तसं लक्षात आलं की ते रोबोटिक्स मध्ये 1 दिवसाचं ट्रेनिंग घेतलेल्या मुलांनी खूप साऱ्या गोष्टी आणि ते एक्सप्लेन करू शकले की या प्रॉडक्टचा उपयोग काय आहे. जसं एखादी प्रॉडक्ट केला की एका वृद्धाला जो अपाहिज आहे म्हणजे हाताने उचलू शकत नाही तर त्याला जेवणाकरता त्यांनी एक रोबोटिक्सचं ऍप्लिकेशन तयार केलं होतं. सो दीज आर चेंजिंग सिनेरियो दॅट वन मस्ट ऍक्सेप्ट की स्किल एज्युकेशन कॅन रिअली change our life. काही असलं तर सांग आणि आपण थांबू. बंद करून ते औषध तुमच्याकडे पण सगळं होते नंतर हे बंद करून त्यांच्याकडे
डिस्टर्बेंस हो रहा है बहुत.
मॅडम औषध बरोबर.
बरोबर.
प्रोटीन्स खातो अंडी वगैरे खातो. हो. पण तुला इन्फेक्शन होतं सायन्स तिथेच होता तसं काही होतं आपल्याला काही विषय नाही. मेडिसिन बंद करून सांगतो. डॉक्टर हो का डॉक्टर आहेत का मेडिकल प्रॅक्टिशनर आहेत. डॉक्टर आदित्य हो.
येस सर.
हा तुम्ही प्रॅक्टिशनर आहात का म्हटलं.
हो मी सर्जन आहे सर. सर्जन आहे सर.
तुमच्या
येस
फोटोवरून वाटलं मला म्हणून म्हणलं.
राईट सर.
बरं झालं तुम्ही आज आला. मला चांगलं वाटलं तुम्हाला पहिल्यांदा मी
नाही
फोटो
सर.
पाहिला.
व्हेरी इन्फॉर्मेटिव्ह लेक्चर सर. थँक्यू.
फेस वॉश सेरावे.
त्यामुळे मी एकूण वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणचे लोक आहेत असं ग्रेस धरून मुंबई पुणे अमरावती पासून सगळीकडची उदाहरणं दिली एकदम धर्मशाळेची. आणि ही सगळी उदाहरणं तुम्ही स्वतः जाऊन व्हेरीफाय करू शकता. याच्या कंटेंट मध्ये थोडंही ज्याला आपण एक्झॅजरेशन म्हणतो असं काही नाही. जसा त्यांनी यशोगाथाचा प्रश्न विचारला तर यशोगाथा तर मी फार कमी सांगितलं म्हणजे याच्यापेक्षा जास्त सक्सेस स्टोरीज आहेत. आणि नर्मदालयाचा माझा एक्सपिरियन्स नाही. आमचे 2 फॅकल्टी एक सुरतचे NITचे आणि एक जण नांदेडच्या इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजचे 2 जण गेले आणि ते म्हणाले की यांच्या फॅसिलिटी ज्या मेंटेन केलेल्या आहेत त्या खूपच सुंदर आहेत. चालेल थांबू. आपले कोऑर्डिनेटर आहेत का अधिक सर.
ब्रेकअप झाला होता.
हा
हॅलो. हा लाईट गेली होती सर इकडे. आता आली आहे.
बर बर बर.
सुरू करतो सर. बस 5
नाही
मिनिटं.
आता आपण संपू आता. आपण माझं झालं पूर्ण. मी काय म्हणतात त्याला विदाऊट स्लाइड पुढच्या गोष्टी कंप्लीट केल्या. आता आमची चर्चाही बरीच झाली,
बरोबर
लोकांची प्रश्नोत्तर पण झाली.
बरोबर.
तुम्ही फॉर्मल कन्क्लूड करा.
Thank you, Kulkarni sir. I am very much thankful from UGC MMTTC and on behalf of my director Mohammad Atik sir, and hope that you have delivered without slides, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद sir.
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद. चला नमस्कार.
सर इथं थांबतो ना, मीटिंग एंड करू.
हो एंड करू. येस.
थँक्यू सर. थँक्यू सर.